The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the October 31st, the magnificent Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, I've learned the easiest way is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. And I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. More important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. Now, if you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. You can always let those fingers do the walking. That means go ahead and send me an email. Send that to steve@tfnn.com. And inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tigers, then, well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on a magnificent, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got a bit of a pullback going on. All the U.S. indices, with the exception of the Dow Transports, are trading lower. The Dow's off 71 points, about 0.25%. 0.5% for the S&P, or 21, and 1.25% for the Nasdaq, 148 points. Russell's off 0.2, 3.5 points. The semis are down 2 and about 0.2. That's 52 points to the downside. Gold's trading out at $16.42. That's off $2, while silver's at $19.17, basically flat or up 3 pennies. Light sweet crude is off 63 cents. 87.27 is the print there. Natural gas having a nice day, but still consolidating with inside its daily profile. $6.22 is the current print. And the 30-year Treasury's off 9 ticks. She's trading at 120.31. Now, lead the charge dollar-wise to the upside. You got First Solar up $12. That's 9%. Align Technologies $10, 5%. Insperity's up 8%, or nearly $9. The OIH is up 3%, or 8 buckaroonies. To the downside, it's Azima Holdings off $14, nearly 3%. MicroStrategy down 4%, $11. Monolithic Power's off $10, 3%. ABI OMED is off about $10, or nearly 4%. And Argo Blockchain PLC down 69%. That's a stinger. That's off nearly 9 buckaroonies. So let's begin with, what do we want to begin with? So we should not anticipate, or here's what we should anticipate. We should anticipate a two-day retracement out here. Here's the NDX 100, arguably the weakest of the three. You can see this is a daily time frame. The numbers on this chart here are representing consecutive closes, where each close is above. Those would be the black numbers. The prior close, and the red numbers are closes, consecutive closes below the prior close as well. Here you can see, coming off that nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom back here in October, we see the first pullback is a nice little 2-bar pullback, those 2 red numbers out there. Then we get another little rally out there. We get what? A 2-day pullback. So it looks like, unless we close above today's high, yesterday's high, Friday's high, that is, looks like this would be day number 1. Why should we not expect this to be a 2-day, a normal, natural Texas 2-step move inside the NDX 100? So that's a signal as we speak right now. We shouldn't expect, if it does something different, okay, but otherwise it's just the normal position in a market that wants to move higher. Now, speaking of the NDX 100, it will certainly spend our time there. We'll spend our time really everywhere if we can. We're going to go let's take a look at Apple. So Apple on Friday confirmed a new A to B equals CD to the upside. When I say new, this is the one that is in play as we speak right now. And the A point, that was pretty easy to identify. That's low from October 13th. The B point out here was a trading session on October 25th, did 74 million shares. On Friday, Apple took out that B point with 164 million shares. Now, in the case of Apple here, so it has a confirmed AB equals CD pattern with a 1-to-1 price projection of 162, but more likely than not, this will do more than a 1-to-1. Why? Well, one, we had a nice explosive move off that C point to the upside. 2, the retracement, the B to C retracement is only 46%. 3, price right now is on the left side, the strong side of that C to D leg out there. So 167.18 is a likely price target in the case of Apple. Now, Apple just needs to stay above really the top of its daily profile, which is 151.30. If price gets below that, well, then that could signal pull back to support. Support being in the 144.17 to 141.80 level. We're not dealing with that situation as we speak at the moment, but that is certainly something that we're going to want to keep an eye on. If we take a look at the NQ, well, let's do this here. I'm still on my black background charts. Good, good. Let's take a look at market breadth out here. So market breadth, we'll begin with the market breadth for the NASDAQ 100. So you can see it has flipped on Friday's price action. Friday's market breadth flipped the weekly to a bullish signal. The daily is a bullish configuration. So too is the 240. It's just a 60-minute chart right now. That is the little stinker out there. And that stinker shows the following, which is 16 instruments trading above the top of a 60-minute profile and 62 below the bottom. That says, hey, we need to pay attention here. Now, that's the 60-minute chart or 60-minute market breadth for the NASDAQ 100. If we take a look at the 30-minute market breadth, let's pull that chart over here as well. This is the 30-minute chart. The 30-minute chart, this is for the S&P. Let's change this over to the NDX 100. So let's do that. Boom. What we have here, this is populating right now as we speak on a 30-minute basis. Is this really it? Yeah, there we go. Nah, can't. Yeah, okay. So we have actually 35 instruments trading above the top of 30-minute profile and 23 below. So that says we should see some kind of rally, at least on a 30-minute time frame, inside of the NQ. So let's go take a look at the NQ charts out there. So the only time frame that has a bearish crossover, meaning more instruments trading below the bottom of a profile versus those trading above, comes from the 60-minute time frame. We're going to look at the 60 and the 30. We'll look at the other time frames as well. And now you've got our 8-panel set of charts out there. So very quickly to the 30-minute chart. As we take a look at a 30-minute chart out there, we know that that market breadth just recently changed back to bullish out here. And we can see a buy the D point pattern that formed. What does that look like? Well, first you got that A to B equals CD leg. We'll draw that in here. So here's A to B. And then all I have to do is really copy that, which I will, and paste that. And paste that onto the C point out here, which is really right there. And you can see that this has done more than a 1-to-1, A to B equals CD to the downside. The first one looks like it confirmed right here at about 5 o'clock this morning. We saw a little bit of rally. Then a move lower. You got that bullish piercing candle. So right now, on a 30-minute basis, with the NQ, its battleground is its oscillator and change line in the bottom of its profile. Both of those are around the same area, which is around the 11,481-ish range. So that's what's going on a 30-minute time frame. Even though it's changed the market breadth bullish, we need to see how price deals with those resistance levels. The 60-minute time frame shows that price has simply been consolidating with inside its 60-minute profile, the top of which is 11,626, the bottom, which is 11,404. Price is pulled back to that level. You could also get a buy the D point pattern. That would turn into a Gartley buy for a 60-minute NQ. That would not take place until 12 noon. But right now, you do have a bullish engulfing candle that is going. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstad's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstad breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 84, S&P's off 22, NASDAQ 100, 151. We're back at the NQ charts out there. We looked at that 30-minute time frame as a confirmed Gartley buy pattern. The 60-minute could generate that same signal. That's if there's a bullish reversal candle at 12 noon. If you look at the 15 and the 10-minute charts, they both show TD9 count bottoms out there. So here, the next signal really comes from how does price deal with their profile levels. The top of the profile on the 15-minute is 11,461 basically, and 11,463 on the 10-minute time frame. So watch those areas, really 11,463 I would say. If there's a close above that, then you should see the NQ power its way up to the 11,525 area. Now with the move lower, it's just really a counter trend move in a bull market out there, then price should find support. It's the 5-hour chart. I'll just simply expand this chart out and explain to you the reason why I believe that is the case out there. Let's actually get this data so it looks a little bit better on the screen. Out here, let's pull this back like this. So what we can see here is we have that nice wide-ranging bar on Friday. And what price also did was closed above the top of its bearish structured 5-hour time frame. And then we had going into the close on Friday, we had a follow through. So that was bar number 2 above that. And then as the market opened last night out here, everything was hunky-dory. But right now, prices pulled back. Again, this is a bullish structured or bearish structured profile. My experience is the following. When price closes above a bearish structured profile, if the move lower is nothing more than a retracement, a counter trend move out there, then price should find support. And where it usually finds support is the center of that bearish structured profile. Well, in the case of the NQ on the 5-hour time frame, that number is 11,427.90. The body of the candle is truly the essence of price out there. Makes it a little difficult when it's a 5-hour time frame chart out there. This candle here closes at 2 p.m., so we really won't have that release of information until 2 p.m., but we can still see how it's trading right now. We put that together with the Gartley buy pattern on the 30-minute time frame chart, a potential similar signal on the 60-minute chart, and we've got these TD9 counts. So here's the cool thing. what we know is if those TD9 counts get taken out, and when I say taken out, in the case of the 15-minute chart, that would require a close below, where's that? 11,388.50. And but the other one, I think the lower low is going to be 11,367.25 off the 10-minute time frame chart. So let's use that. If there is a close below 11,367.25, make sure that's right, 11,367.25, that suggests that the market's head lower. Now, head lower to where? Well, first with the existing profile information, the charts that we have here, the next target to the downside would be 11,277.75. That's the center of the 4-hour time frame chart. And then below that, we'd be looking at a move to the 11,111 area out there. So the NQ charts are going to be important to watch and observe out here. And maybe we'll take a look back at it as we come into today's close. So let's do this here. We've got 3 questions that have come in so far. I don't want to get behind on I see a 4th question. Rahul says, where is support for the ES Mini? So Rahul, we'll come back to that. And the question is going to be, what I'll throw out to you is, what's your time frame? Because I can give you all kinds of support levels. I would like to give it to you on the time frame that you're looking for. So in the meantime, let's go do this. Let's go to our other questions that have come in. The first one coming in from Nicholas. Nicholas wants to take a look at 2 instruments, the IWM and the what did I do? How did I do that? Geez, Stevie, pay attention. There we go. He wants to take a look at the SMH and the IWM. So to look at the IWM, actually, let's go back to that multi-set of charts out there. Let's put up the Russell 2000. Now, it's going to take just a few moments to populate because I've got a number of applications that are running in the background, so it's taking just a tad longer, and my apology for that. But it is Halloween out there, so happy Halloween to everyone. I believe Halloween sponsored by the Dentist Association out there. This has got to be, and they especially prefer that children eat hard candy. Yeah, because, it just cracks their teeth out there, and that becomes a beautiful thing for them. So we got the Russell 2000 up here now. So Stevie just kind of idly passing time there. And although not all the charts are up here, what we can see here, Nicholas, is that the daily time frame is right up at resistance. And resistance is 1861.70. That is a TD9 count breakdown area. Now, if price can close above that, that's going to suggest a further move higher in the IWM. So 1861.70, that's your key level of resistance. Support would be at about its oscillator and change line, which is at the 1769 area. On a 5-hour time frame, you have a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top, but price is above its green oscillator and change line within its profile, so its signal is really neutral out there. What else do I see that's worthwhile to provide to you? Not much. Now, the question would be, does the IWM on a daily basis have that same TD9 count breakdown here? I don't know the answer to that, but let's go take a look at that. Let's go ahead and just simply populate this chart here. This is just a daily time frame, and this will reveal or answer that question for us. Momentarily, that is. And so, no, its level is 184.69. So what I would be paying more attention to, Hector, is not the IWM, but really the underlying instrument, and I'd be watching that Russell 2000 equity future contract. And if it does on a daily basis close above 1861.70, that suggests a further move higher out there. You also wanted to take a look at the SMHs. So for the SMHs, let's go to our 3 time frame charts out here. And here on the SMHs, what we can see is what? Well, one, price right now is trading right at the top of its daily profile. So you closed above it on Friday, it being 189.61. We're trading at 189.83 right now. If price can close above the top of its profile, again, that number, 189.61, we would then have 2 consecutive closes above that profile level. Now it would suggest a run for its recent highs being back in April, being back in early part of October the 6th, and that's up at the range of about 204.71. I would say that would be a likely outcome, especially if on the weekly chart, the SMHs can hold. That means stay above their oscillator and change line. That's currently on a weekly basis at 189.77. So we're just slightly above that number right now. On a monthly time frame, it looks like we will get a confirmed TD9 count bottom on the monthly chart for the SMHs. Now, it could be the month of November that produced the low of that pattern. We just don't know. But right now, and we'd really be looking for the weekly and the daily time frame charts here to assist us. So in summary, with regard to the SMHs, Nick, You've got a nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. That formed back here on October the 13th. Friday took us above the top of its daily profile. If you get a second close above that, that suggests a further move higher out there. So, Nicholas, I hope that helps you out both with regard to the IWM and the SMHs. And thanks so much for your request out there. The next question coming in from Ray, and this is Ray in Sarasota. He said, October 13th, in answer to my radio question, he said Nordic American tankers had resistance at 327 and support at 255. Let's actually get Nordic American tankers up here on the chart while I read that. Now we can either see whether that information was useful or not. Geez Louise, Stevie. So I have some fat finger typing problems, as you can see, and now this kind of really screws me up. So we're going to go to game plan B. Game plan B is we're going to a commercial. That was really not game plan B, but I do see we're going to commercial. So that is now game plan B. And we come back from this breakout here. We'll actually take a look at the charts for Nordic American tankers. Their ticker symbols NAT. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 52, S&P's off 17. The Russell's just turned positive, up 1 point. Trannies are up 95, and New York Stock Exchange also just turned positive. We're going to take a look at Nordic American tankers. This is for Ray in Sarasota. So, good, the question goes like this. In an answer to my radio question, you said Nordic American tankers had resistance at 327. 327 was right here, the TD9 count breakdown level that was formed on September the 28th out there. Okay, and support at 255 and 255. So where was that support level coming from at that stage? Well, that was an old profile. So that profile is no longer in effect out here, Ray. There's a new profile in a daily time frame, and that level was tested on Friday. It was tested again this morning. That level being $3 even Steven. We're trading at 305 right now. It ran to 334 and has pulled back to as low as 290 on Friday. Do you still see support at 255 area? Okay, so we answered that, right? You've got that support level is that bullish structured daily profile. So the answer, again, the new support level is at $3. Do you see support at 255 area and 344, the new resistance? So with regard to resistance out here, it's still really going to be, well, it'd be 334. So you'd have two different levels out there, and you identified the 334. So that would, how did you pick that out? Oh, you picked that out maybe as the high versus actual profile levels, the high out there from the trading day of October 18th. Well, now what you've got is a new daily profile out there, Ray. So yeah, 334, but below the 334 level, price has to deal with 327. No real changes that I see on the other time frames out there. So I believe that I have answered your questions. And just to be clear here, the new level of support for Nordic American tankers at the bottom of its daily profile, that's $3. If price closes below that, then the daily chart says, well, that next area could be 249. But we're not there yet. And the weekly chart would have to start closing below levels of support, 297 being one. Below 297, you've got a support level at its oscillator and change line at 295. So that's where price would need to close below to suggest that there is even further lows likely headed your way. So Nordic American tankers pulled back to support, which has held. Ray, thanks so much for writing in, and have a magnificent Monday out there. Hector and the fuel injectors writes in, and Hector says, hi, Steve. Happy marvelous Monday. Back at you, my friend. XLE, this is a valid weekly rectangle box measured move breakout. Valid. Okay, so we're going to go take a look at my my black background charts. That's going to be easier for us to see and actually draw in the consolidation pattern should it exist out there. So let's go put up the charts here, our 3 time frames for the XLE energy sector, that is. And I'll actually get those charts running on the white background screen as well. That way, if there's any other signals that we need to take a look at, we'll come back to that. But right now, what Hector is talking about is the weekly time frame. And so he's asking, can we draw in a consolidation pattern? So the consolidation pattern, it looks like to me that you're drawing in here. So the bottom of the consolidation, pretty well established. And so that's pretty easy to draw in there. So yes, I agree with you that the bottom of the pattern that you have, which would basically, we can start with this hanging man candle from back on the trading day of February 21st, that low is a pretty good low out there for the consolidation pattern, because it was hit and it was targeted back on the trading day of July the 11th out there. So I can't really answer the question, I believe, Hector and Patty, whether or not this is a consolidation pattern just yet. So I can't really, I mean, I could, but I won't. I won't use the trading days, these 2 trading days of May 30th and June 6th to set that as the top of the consolidation, although it's feasibly possible. Instead, what I'd be looking for is to see what transpires over the course of this week or next week out there. Does price turn down from here? Does price move a bit higher? Because that consolidation pattern could just simply move all the way up to the top of that candle session out here before it would turn down. That's the June 6th level. It may take that out, and if it takes that out, then we really never had a consolidation pattern. Does that make sense? Now, of course, Hector isn't in my ear right now, and so the does that make sense is, hopefully he was shaking his head. Yeah, that makes sense, Steve-O. So it has the potential to be a consolidation. And then once that's been established, then you would have that consolidation level that says a breakout or breakdown would be a move equal to or greater than the actual consolidation. That was a mouthful out there. Now, let's go back to let's shorten these charts up a tad here. In the case of the energy sector, the A to B equals CD pattern, the B point was a trading day of October 7th. Volume there, 28 million shares. Passed with 31 million shares. So on a daily basis, what the XLE has generated for you, Hector and Patty, is a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside. The 1-to-1 price projection is 93.17. But this only did a 36% retracement. Odds favor that this does more than a 1-to-1 move to the upside. The next level would be 97.22. Prices traded above the top of a daily profile formed today. So Hector and Patty, if price is able to close above 89.74, that would be another positive for the XLE, and at least suggest that move higher. And maybe it does set up a weekly consolidation, but maybe it doesn't. On a monthly time frame, price is trading into its TD9 count and Rhodes Momentum Indicator. No, just a TD9 count top. And that was the trading month of June. Now, volume there was 775 million shares. We're moving into that with much lighter volume. We're only 535, but price is still above the top of its monthly profile. It's above the top of the weekly profile. So all that suggests, Hector, that price should continue higher for the XLE. Let's just change our windows here momentarily. Look at those white background screens. What we'll see here for the XLE, no topping signal at all. In fact, what's taking place right now as we speak, is a close today above 89.32. That'll negate a TD9 count top that it has, and that would be a bullish outcome. That suggests a run all the way back to that prior high. That's where that June 10th high, that's where you could be looking at a consolidation pattern, but we just don't know just yet. So hope that helps you out, Hector and Patty. Thanks so much for taking the time to write in, and you have a marvelous Monday as well. The next questions, I do see a couple coming in by email, but we had a couple from the Tiger's Den. So let's get to those. ES Mini. Rahul just says day trade. Rahul didn't give me, well, wait. I see more information here. Hold on. Nope, nothing more. Well, let's just go take a look at the ES Mini charts out there and kind of get a feel for what they're communicating to both you and I. Daily time frame has got a nice TD9 count top. That formed on Friday. That was the bar following bar number 9. As far as where support exists, support would be at the top of its profile. That's at 37.95. We're trading at 38.93. Now, do I have multiple profiles for this one? Yeah, I do. So the profile level, I have a different profile level on my black background screens. It happens periodically. We use them both. So the profile resistance level out here is going to be at 38.97.50. We're trading just below that as we speak right now. So if price closes below, it's got a TD9 count top. If price closes back below the top of that profile, 38.97.50, then the next level of support out there would be its oscillator and change line. Now, that's currently printed at about the 37.53-ish range out there. So that would be a level of support. On a, just looking for other signals out here. Looking for other signals. Don't really see much out there, and you're asking for support on a day trade. So I'll look at these charts, and we come back to this break. I'll see if I can come up with something for you, Rahul. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We're going to look at ENVX for Coda and the Euro for Peter. Be right back.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back up, folks. So we're taking a look at the ES Mini out here. Let's just take a look at its market breadth before we go any further. On a 30-minute time frame, it's bullish. 212 instruments above the top, 61 below the bottom of their profiles for the 30-minute time frame. So for a 30-minute time frame chart, let's take a look at that. Where's this next level of resistance out there? Well, it's being taken on as we speak right now, Rahul. If I give you the play-by-play, and the price is able to close above the top of that profile, 38.9650, then price should make a run for 39.1475. And if price can take out 39.1475, then we should see a further move higher. I know that didn't give you your support level out there because I'm struggling to really find a great support level. Let's look at the 60-minute time frame, or really the other time frames here for the ES Mini. So let's get those up on our screen. There's the NASDAQ. In the case of the S&P 500 or the ES Mini, we are bullish for all four time frames. 60-minute as well. I believe we were bearish on the 60-minute time frame, although I can't completely be certain of that when we came on to the show. I know we looked at the NDX 100. In the case of the 60-minute time frame for the ES Mini, it has resistance. So here I can give you resistance, and then I'll give you support. Support, 38.57. That's on the 30-minute time frame. Positive market breadth, so price should run for its bearish structured profile. Where the sellers are lined up in the ES Mini, Rahul, is between 39.05 and 39.24. Now, it's a pretty wide range out there, 19-plus points out there, but that is the range of where the sellers are located. If price can close above 39.24, that'll tell you that the buyers were able to overrun the sellers out there. So I hope that information is helpful to you. Thanks so much for the request and your patience out there. The next one coming in from Coda. Coda wants to take a look at ticker symbol ENVX. So let's get over and get to ENVX. We actually have to type it in here, ENVX. And it does not ring a bell. That doesn't mean that it needs to ring a bell. I'm just saying it doesn't ring a bell. But ENVX, I think I get this on my other screen here a little bit quicker, is Enovix Corp. And Enovix Corp is trading at, I can share with you until this screen here populates. It's trading above the top of its daily profile, Coda. That's a bullish outcome. It's trading with inside a bullish structured weekly profile. And this week, if price can close above 1897, 1897 is the center of that bearish structured, bullish structured profile. That would then signal that price should be able to make its way up to 2617. 2617 is the top of the weekly profile. But hold your horses. That's if you have horses. The next level of resistance in the case of ENVX is going to be its daily TD9 count breakdown area, and that's at 1959. So, Coda, that's the next resistance level that if price can close above would then suggest a move to that 2617 area. Not really additional information that I can provide to you, so they report tomorrow, Steve, long from 1650. There's not anything in the chart here to suggest that you should be short. Yeah, so I dig that. You even have a monthly profile out there. Just formed last month. That monthly support level is at 1586 out there. So let's go take a look at MSOS. Let's go see what MSOS is doing out here. And that's going to populate. MSOS is Advisor Shares Pure U.S. Cannabis. Okay. So we've got that's coming up on our screen. And right now, that's traded with inside its daily profile. We'll see that here once the charts pop up on our screen. The bottom of that daily profile, Coda, is at 1047. The center, and it's bullish in structure. And this is where price is running into a little bit of resistance right now. It's at the center of that profile, daily profile, $11.36. If price is able to take out that 1136 area, then it should be able to make a run for the 1313 range. What else do we have out here? You've got wave number 7. That's letter G. That was the bottom from September 30th. So that's a beautiful thing out here. So here you can see your real battle. 1136, the top of the daily profile. 1158. Is that 1158 or 1168? That is 1158. TD9 count breakdown area. So if price can close above that, then you're looking at a run to 1228 or 1331. Now, the volume that this is going against, it's trading into this day right here, Coda, and this day is the swing point high. That is October the 7th. The volume there, massive, 16 million shares. Now, you've done 3.7 today in basically the first 2 hours of trading. But if I multiply that times 2, that's just going to get us to about 10, 11 million shares versus 16. So price is moving into that swing point with lighter volume. The level to really be watching, I believe, is the bottom of that swing. And that's at 1126. If price fails to close above that, then you could actually see a move back to support, which would be between 1036 and 1047. If price is able to close above that level, 1126, even if it's on lighter volume, that would be a positive and suggest that you could see that move to the upside out there. So that's going to be really important area for you to watch. Obviously, 1136 is an important area because that's the center of that bullish structured profile. So hope that helps you out, Coda, with regard to both ENVX and MSOS. Thanks so much for the request, and have a magnificent Monday. Peter wants to take a look at the euro, so we'll switch over to Stevie's euro multi-time frame charts out there. And the question was, I think, just support. So I'll try to provide support for multiple time frames out here. First, if we take a look at the monthly time frame, in the case of the euro, I don't have any support. Well, the support's probably down around 82 cents out there. On a monthly time frame, price has negated a monthly TD9 count bottom. So that suggests lower price for the euro. The weekly time frame has a Rhodes momentum indicator signal that's been triggered, but no bullish reversal candle as of yet. The daily time frame did have a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. That turned into an A to B equals CD to the upside. It looks like that might have completed, or it really wasn't much of an A to B equals CD, because that retracement was pretty significant. But if we still just pull that over there, so that completed a sell the D point. So support now, Peter, on a daily time frame. Well, I can put profiles in here, I think, on this. Let's see what it'll do, what it will give me here as we do that. Give me a moment. Get these out here. There we go. Okay. So, but the level of support is certainly going to be it's just going to be its oscillator and change line at 0.9857. And if price moves below that on a daily time frame, Peter, then we're probably looking at 0.9704 to 0.9743. So the daily support level right now for the euro is going to be its oscillator unchanged line. You've got a 30-minute TD9 count bottom that is likely to form by 12 noon and complete by 12:30. So that could give you a bit of a bounce. That bounce could take you up to 0.9859, 0.9902 would be the range. The 2-hour time frame chart may form a TD9 count bottom, but we'll have to come back to that. The 5-hour chart has negated its TD9 count bottom. So the 5-hour chart says the next level of support is down at 0.9854. Okay, so after all that, the support level is between 0.9854 and 0.9857, Peter. If 0.9854 fails, then that suggests that the euro should continue to move lower, and then, of course, the dollar should continue higher as well. Of course, the euro represents not the entire basket of currencies, just one, but it's about a 58% weighting inside the U.S. dollar index. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We come back to this break. Looks like we'll have time for the last request that has been put in, and that was for Amazon. And Joe is asking the question. You answer this question while we're at that break. Is Amazon a buy at the 102 area? Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Oh, I can't believe I just did that. But Stevie did what he did. So we're going to go to game plan B here. Sorry about that. Well, you don't even know what I did out there. But what we're going to go do to answer the question about Amazon is just go back to the black background charts out here. So there's no bottom pattern that I have in place out here on a daily time frame. Even the intraday charts are pretty suspect. And so your question specifically, Joe, was, is it okay to take a position at 102 today and hold it through the end of the week? So I'm assuming that you're asking about the end of the week because you're looking at window dressing, perhaps. But I guess the first thing that you would need to see is at least a close above Friday's high out there. And Friday's high is 103.96. Even though that was tackled earlier in the day, we don't have a close above it. If you get a close above it, then you could see some type of rally. You could see a rally anyways, right? But I'm just giving you the most basic, simplest technical tool to make a determination on whether or not this would rally through the end of the week. And that first signal would be closing above Friday's high. Now, maybe you don't get that today. Maybe today's high is closed above tomorrow, and then that could give you that signal out there. So that's one of the things that I'd be looking at. And then I'd be looking at intraday charts if we could. It looks like I've got my other charting system back here. So we'll switch over to that. Change the windows, go to the white background charts out here. And on the white background charts, you're not going to see anything else with regard to the daily and the weekly and the monthly time frame out here. But if I put up a 30-minute chart, here's the 30-minute. A 30-minute chart shows us what? Doesn't really give us a reason why it bottomed where it did, but shows a nice little rally where price got above the top of the profile. We're back inside it right now. So I would say the other area to be watching is certainly going to be that high from last week. Well, that's at the 104.87 level. I believe that's what you're looking for as well. To know that's from this morning. Oh, a sell-off from this morning. So I'd say price can close above that. Then you would be forming up, at least on the 30-minute basis, a to B equals CD. Maybe that says that Amazon will want to try to close that gap. The close coming at about the 109.77 level. So watch last week's high. Last week's high inside of Amazon, 103.96. If you close above that, then yeah, I can see it perhaps rallying for the next few days out there. Folks, stay tuned. You've got great programming lined up. I'll be back with you on Terrific Tuesday. Please have a marvelous and a magnificent Monday. Take care.